All right, we'll give it a minute. Give it a minute here. All right. All right, so let's get started here. All right, so we said last week that we're going into our wave 5. And every day has been up and choppy. Up and choppy, okay? Volume is low as expected by wave 5. It's not supposed to have high volume because we're supposed to form a bearish divergence. We are forming that bearish divergence here. So it is definitely a wave 5. It's making new highs, making that wave 5. Bearish divergence, definitely there. Okay, squeeze forming. Okay. So, the golden question. Is this the top? Today. We have an indecision candle today. Okay? Now, that indecision candle is going to tell us, tomorrow's going to tell us, are we going higher or are we going lower? That's the case, okay? Because we're still holding this trend line. We're still holding the trend line here. Okay, we draw this little channel here. We're still holding this trend line channel. Okay, we do have the bearish divergence. We're in the wave 5. Okay, we're slightly. What did we hit today? 60.75 basically, and our target was 6,100. So we're 25 points away from our main target. That was our wave 5. This is our wave 5 here, right? 6,100 between 6,200. So that's our targeted wave 5 area. Now, can it come short? Of course it can. Can it exceed it? Of course it can. All those things could be true. Okay, so now what do we do? Well, simple answer is we wait and see what is going to happen tomorrow. Are we going to break through and lose this 6,000? Because once we break through and we lose this 6,000 or 5,999, 5,999,350, once we lose that, that's gonna confirm our A wave down. Okay, we're gonna go down. All right, now if we hold this area, we hold this channel, we hold the area, and then we put in a bullish engulfing tomorrow, which pushes it over, and then we continue on towards our goal of our goal targets. Okay, with 6,100 to 6,200. All right. So the question is, what's going to happen? Okay, Everybody wants to know what's going to happen. Are we at the top? Are we done for? Okay. The wave 5 was pretty weak. If this was the wave 5, it was extremely weak. We could see the divergences on the 4-hour as well. Just looking weak. SPY has been continuing to just travel up in a choppy manner, and it's still holding these areas here. Okay, it's still holding these areas here, but it needs to hold up here. If it does lose that 599.350, then we know it's all puts. It's all puts. You get out of the calls and jump in the puts. Okay, so as of right now, we're still okay. Okay, we're still okay. We're still okay on the daily. We're still okay on everything. And maybe we just get some really good rip days at the end of the week, right? Maybe we get 2 big rip days and then we're done, and then we fall off, or maybe this was the weakest wave 5 ever, and we just come on and tank down. Okay, but either way, we're seeing it, we're experiencing it. We wish we would have hit this here. NASDAQ hit our targets on them. Yes, SPY didn't. QQQ did. So I'm thinking SPY can still, but it's not looking the greatest. Okay, it's not looking the greatest. I gotta admit, it's not looking the greatest right now. Okay, so I would love to hold this channel and continue on higher and get our targets, and then load up heavy on puts. But again, if we lose this 599.350, we gotta load the puts. We gotta load the puts. We'll probably sell off pretty hard towards 58.70 or even 58.33, and then we'll bounce there. Okay, a good amount, and then we'll set up and drop again down to this 5,700 gap fill. Okay, if that happens. Okay, so if it does happen, there's gonna be selling off hard, and we go down faster than we go up. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whatever money you're gonna lose on whatever calls you have right now, you get out of them. You get in those puts. You make that money back. You make that money back quickly. Okay. So either way, it's not a big deal. As long as we set up to the right direction when we see it, right? When we see it. So when we get it into the puts underneath the 599.350, we're gonna be able to make some money that way. But as of right now, we still have an indecision candle on the daily. We're holding the channel. Okay, it's still bullish. Okay, we made a new high today. All right, we haven't made a new low. All right, so even though it's looking weak as it is, there's nothing telling us that it's confirmed down, and that we shouldn't be looking at anything different than us continuing to go up. So right now, still bullish, still above 6,000, still above 599.350, still above holding indecision candle. Everything looks okay still. But again, once we get below that 599.350, we're going to start seeing some waterfalls. Okay, waterfalls, some really bad sell-offs and whatnot. Okay, but I really don't think it's yet. But again, be cautious on that. Be hedged up. I got some hedges today. Hopefully you got some hedges today. And everything. All right, so yes. Okay, we see that we popped up, then we came back down. Okay, we're holding this area of support here, that 606 area. RSI is down. Squeeze is firing down on the hourly. Not looking the greatest on the hourly. Okay, but we're still trending up. We're still trending up. Still doing okay. Right. So, that is right here from that previous area of resistance right there. Okay. But we're still above that. All right, so let's go into SPY. All right. SPY. Here we go. All right, so SPY. Again, we're uptrending. We almost hit our target of 606. We got a high of 605. We got a high of 605 today, and we almost got that 606. We're $1 away from that target hitting. Okay, so that's why I'm not super like, we got our bearish divergence in. That's in. That's a must. That's a must on the wave 5. We need a bearish divergence on the wave 5. So that's a must right there. We're still holding the channel. Okay. Earlier today, this was a bearish engulfing, but then it came up and it held a 601. So it just turned into a dark cloud cover. So if we continue to hold this channel, then we could continue going up to that 606. If we do lose this and we're gonna fall, we're gonna fall back to 590, sell off hard to 590, and then continue on down to 587, 585, possibly bounce there, and then reject right here in the 590 area, and then come all the way back down, sell off to our gap fill area here at 568, 567.50 area. Okay, and that's where we're gonna be. Most likely, our big drops are gonna happen towards this 567 or 558, and then from there we could turn around and possibly set up for a move higher again. Okay, but right now, looking at that, we're so close to that wave 5, we can't put it past us that it could be possibly in. Could. Now again, I told you it's so weak, I don't like it. But the signs are there, the bearish divergence, the reversal candle. But again, we hold this channel, we can still continue higher. Maybe this is the fake out before it runs, and it's wanting everyone to get short before it runs, and then it runs, and then we get short here, then that would be a better opportunity for us, of course. All right, so right now we're sitting right on that channel, So we're right on that channel, right on the RSI 50, squeeze forming, everything. If we lose this channel, if we lose 599, we'll be in trouble. We'll be in trouble if we lose that 599. Okay. So we hold this channel, we bump it back up to 603. We need to get past that 603 again. All right. Get past that 603. And then we got to get past that 605. Once we do that, we could definitely hit that target area. Now, I know we hit that target area pre-market, but I really hope they continue and push that on, so we could hit that target during regular markets. But that's what we're looking at. We break today's low at 599.27. Get out of all your calls and get straight puts. I'm telling you there right now. If we hold the channel, we get above 603, there's a really great chance that we go 606 and higher this week. So don't fret. Okay? Nothing is placed in stone right now. Nothing's placed in stone right now. So don't stress. Don't fret. Don't be scared. Just let the market tell you. Okay? It's not the end of the world to be late, right? Nobody's going to get the tops and nobody's going to get the bottoms immediately. Okay? You're going to want to exit anything you don't want to lose money on. So, I mean, if we top out here and we drop down, we're going to bounce around 587, 585. And then we're probably going to bounce to the 590 area. And then we're going to drop it back down to 568. So that big drop from 600 to 568, that's a 40-point drop. So if you don't want to get hurt on your long swings, exit them. Get them back when it's corrected. All right. So NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ didn't hit our target either. Okay, we got close to it too. So our target was 22,234, and we got to 22,100. Okay. Now again, it doesn't mean it's over, right? It doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean it's over. But NASDAQ, we need to hold that 21.8. Hold that 21.8, and this could set up and continue pushing. And that's fine. It could do that. Now, if we lose that, we're going to go straight down to 21,500. Okay, 300 points down for sure. Could happen overnight, whatever it wants to do. I don't know. But if we don't hold that 21.8, we're going to come back down at 21,500. Then drop back down to 21,200. And then come all the way down to 20,776. We either bounce here at 21,200 or we bounce here 20,700. And then either reject 21,200 or reject 21,500. And then we set up to drop it back down to 20,200. So that's a big drop. 20,300. Okay, that's a big drop from 21 or 22,000 basically to 20,300. That's about a 2,000 point drop, right, from the high, from the current recent high. So I'm hoping that we just hold where we are now, and we get that little bit of push up, and we get that little rally hard, a little hard rally to that 22,000, 22,400 even. So we could properly load up on some puts. Now again, we're not going to get the tops and the bottoms exactly. We got some puts today that would help out. But again, we would like to get a lot more if we're at the top actually. But again, we're not guaranteed that we're at the top. It's looking very weak. Don't get me wrong, it is. But this could easily blow over, and this could rally up hard. So I'd be hedged, but I wouldn't be all in hedges. I wouldn't be all in puts. So if this does fall off, you know what to do. We're gonna get puts. Okay. So let's look at the Qs. Or actually, before we go in the Qs, before we go into the Qs, let's see here. Okay, so we're still on that trend line here. But let's see here. We got a rising wedge on the Qs, but we're still inside. Okay? We're still inside the channel or the trend line. So even though this looks horrible and scary right now, this doesn't have to drop yet. Okay? Maybe it's making room for tomorrow to go higher. Okay? Then chill out, go higher the next day, hit our targets, and then we drop off, which would be the best situation for us. So we could get on out of all of our things. Okay? And that's fine. So as long as we're holding, it looks okay. So here we are, and this rising wedge. We're still holding there. Okay, of course we could always fall out here. Of course that could happen, but we're hoping that we hold that area and we continue on. Okay, it doesn't look the greatest after hours. Okay, breaking the low there doesn't look the greatest, but again, after hours don't matter that much. Okay, we could be down all day today and tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're up. Okay, it doesn't really matter that much. What matters is tomorrow I open where we're at. That matters. Okay, so this is where we're at. We got that rising wedge. We got the rising wedge. We're almost to the top of it. Not quite. But we are 3/4 of the way to the top, which is a valid area to fire from. But we're really at the basic area of where it should fire, but we should be firing over here. Somewhere around 22,100. Okay, and I know we hit that today, 22,100. But I would like our candles up a little higher there. Maybe that's it, and it decides it wants to drop. But we have this area that we could still push up to, and then see if we drop off from there. If we drop off now, we know what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna load up some puts. All right. So, that's it. Well, there's nothing else really to say. We're not that far from the top. And if tomorrow happens and we are dropping, we load up on puts. No matter how far we're at, we're load up on some puts and let it bleed so that we could pay. If we have to switch game plans and go heavy on puts, then that's what we're gonna have to do. But I really think that this holds and we push up to this area here, and we do get that 22. And then from there, we could start loading up puts heavy. So this might be a scare. People getting those puts heavy. And then it rallies up. And then that's when we really get our puts heavy. So we'll see if that happens. But if not, tomorrow, this opens up down. You know what we got to do. We got to load up puts. Okay. The Qs. Okay, 540 was a previous high. Today we hit our first target of 535. Okay, 535.75. We remember we were saying 535 to 540 was our target area. Okay, we hit that initial wave 5 target on the Qs. So the Qs hit it, SPY didn't. Candle on the daily. So we're going to have to see tomorrow if we're below 530, then we're going to drop. Okay. But right now we are okay. So far, we are okay still. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So we'll be okay here for right now. We could still go a little higher. Okay. All right. My Thinkorswim is acting up. It's not connecting. I was having issues with this earlier. Let me check if I could get any other stocks. Okay. That's fine. All right. Okay. So QQQ is still like, as long as we're not below 530 tomorrow. If we're below 530, we're going to get puts. We're going to go to 522. We're going to go all the way to 522. Okay. And then possibly bounce there. Reject 530 again. And then come all the way back down. And come back all the way back down to 510. And then our main target for our drop is 489. 489. So that's a big drop. From 532.50 or 535 to 489. That's a big drop. Okay, a 45-point drop. So you would definitely want to get puts. Because once we're gonna drop, then we're gonna bounce, okay, and then we're gonna drop hard. So we definitely want to get loaded up on those puts, okay. If that happens, we hold this area. We're gonna keep on continuing to go. All right. Okay, IWM hit its 200-day moving average there. It fired the inverse head and shoulders. It hit the 200 SMA right here. And this one put in a bearish engulfing. So that is an issue right there. Okay, so this one, if this one's below 213.30, this one's going to drop back down 214, maybe more. Okay, and if it comes back below 210, then it's going to be a false breakout and it's going to drop a lot. Okay. Okay, DIA broke out also. Broke out. And they were weak breakouts. So tomorrow it needs to really go, or, this indecision candle is telling us tomorrow's going to make the decision. So if we fall back under 428, then we have issues and we're going to drop off hard. If we hold this and we continue on higher, then this one's gonna go good. It's gonna go to 438. All right. So that's gonna be a we're gonna have tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a really big day. You know, all of these indecision candles that we have, markets are looking weak. So all this stuff. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Tomorrow's a Tesla event as well. You know, all these things are gathering for tomorrow's a big day. Right? Tomorrow's a big day. Everybody thought today was a big day. Right? But no, tomorrow is the big day. So tomorrow is we have to see if all of these things hold. If all of these things go. Okay. All right. Al Estee Lauder. Look, it looks good. Probably going to the 200 SMA. But if it gets back underneath the 66 area, it's no good. Okay. You're going to have to just guide it with this trend line here. Okay, that's the channel. Okay, it's going to come stick up here. If it keeps going at 74. Okay. If this if it rejects though, if it rejects and loses this channel, then it's going to come back inside. But otherwise, it looks like a slow grind up. Very slow grind up. Alright. This one. Here. This one here, it broke out of a consolidation. Okay, it looks like it's going to 70. As long as it stays above 63. Okay, it has a gap fill coming up. Has a gap fill at 66. Okay, if it could get past that, it could go to 70. Okay, into I don't really like when stocks have this kind of action here. It's not really good action. I don't think. I don't like it. Yeah. The weekly is, I mean, it's the middle of the week. If this thing goes higher and breaks out of 772, then maybe this candle will change. But if this still consolidates sideways during this week and does nothing, you're gonna have a hanging man on the top of a trend, and then this one's gonna start to come down, and it'll probably come down to 721. Yep, right where that 20 SMA is. So if this continues to consolidate Thursday, Friday, you're gonna have a hanging man on your weekly, and you're gonna be coming down next week. You probably come down to 725, then 721, maybe even gap fill if it's any sell off with the market. If that happens, yeah. But for upside, I think you're limited, unless you get past that 772.50. But on your weekly, it's telling me that it's tired. It's tired. And on your daily, it's telling me it's tired. So I wouldn't expect too much from it to the upside. Costco topped out where previously topped out. So topped out here, topped out here, topped out here. So what does this look like? This looks like this is a top out area. 1070 or 1067 is a top out area. Okay. So it topped out. It's barely holding on here. It doesn't look like it's holding. RSI is below 50. Stochastics are coming down. I don't think this is a buy the dip for Costco. Maybe it changes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it holds here at 994. It needs to hold that 994 in order for it to be a buy the dip situation. Otherwise, if it does bounce, it forms a head and shoulders, and then it drops off. It could definitely form a head and shoulders. So one more pop up to about 1021 and then drop off. Could do that, but it needs to hold that 994. If it can't hold that 994, you're just done. Costco's done. Okay. CarMax. Okay, you got a bearish engulfing on it today. You're stuck in this consolidation here sideways. You're nearing the top. You got a dark cloud cover in today. So tomorrow, if you're below 67.60, you're going to drop down. If you could get above that 68.83, you could go back up to that 70. Okay. NVIDIA, a big giant rising wedge on here. Okay. And we put in a dark cloud cover as well, like the rest of the market. Okay. Not the best thing to have at the top of a rising wedge. Now, again, I say this again. We could, if we hold, we could push through and we could get back up here and maybe go 147 and 148. But it's going to drop off. Okay, sooner or later it's going to drop off. Okay. Now, if this does drop off, we're going to go to 137. We're going to 137. Okay. 140, then 137 on the downside. Okay, probably bounce here. Back to 141, reject, and then come back down to 128, 130 area. Okay. Okay. I don't know what LONK is because it's not popping up. So I'm not going to do that one because it's not coming up. No information is coming up on it. Okay, LONQ, LONG, anything, LON, anything like that is not coming up. So skipping that one. Tesla. We had our ABC correction down. Okay, here's our wave 1 up. Okay, and this could be our wave 2 down. So we might drop again at the 320 here. Hold it and then rally on up for a wave 3 setup. Okay, or this could keep going. And this could keep push through and push through to 350 this week. Or we go sideways tomorrow. And then we rally on up after tomorrow and keep going. Okay, those are the two options you got. Okay, so we got an ABC correction here. We got our wave 1. Okay, this is looking like a pullback area that could pull back to either 320 or it could consolidate sideways, and that set up that wave 2. And then next week we could run that wave 3 up higher, and then we could run it to 400. Or this, or it could pop off and say it's not done with the wave one and continue on higher to 350, and then pull back to say 334, and then set up a wave one. I mean a wave three to 400. Okay, those are the options there. Okay. Okay, TM. Okay, said this earlier in the chat. Above 72 is bullish. If you can't get past that 72, it's done. So it didn't get past the 72. It put an indecision candle on the daily. So above the high, 73.28, it could go higher. Below the low, 67.12, it's going to go lower. That's simple as that. Okay, shop. Shop broke out today. Broke out today above 112.50. Hit target of 115. Okay, hit a high of 117.36. Okay, it still stayed above the 1250. That's good. It needs to get back above that 115. And then we could go 118, 119. Okay. LMT consolidating sideways for the longest time. Okay, RSI falling off. Everything not looking. This looks like it's just stuck in consolidation. It's on the lower end consolidation, so sure you could get long it, and it will participate in a little pop, but it's still stuck in this consolidation. I mean, it's pretty clear to see that. Pretty clear to see that. So until it's out of that consolidation, it's not going to do anything except consolidate. Apple. Apple is a trash. It's a trash can. I don't know why you guys keep asking me about it. Because it's a trash can. Okay, and this is what the trash can looks like. Okay, so let me just clear all this out so you could get a clearer picture of this here. Okay, Apple's in this symmetrical triangle, and it's breaking to the downside. Cannot get past the RSI 50. Okay, it's breaking down. Okay, it's below 200. Okay, I said that earlier in the day. I said if Apple is below 200, it's no good. I don't know why you touch it. No good. Okay, it has this symmetrical triangle pattern on it. It's breaking down. It's past 200. It's down below the triangle. So this could come back down all the way down to revisit here. If it really drops off that high, if it comes back in, it needs to be saved. Okay, it couldn't get past any of its moving averages. The 50, the 20 just got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6-7 days in a row. Okay, that shows you right there it was weak. Okay, now it's losing support. That's showing you right there it's weak. There's nothing sexy about this chart at all. So I said last week I didn't want to touch it. I said I didn't want to play it. It might be good play on the downside if the market starts selling off because it's so weak. It might be a great play on the downside. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. Okay, this stock it's a pharmaceutical company, so it's going to be very volatile. And plus, with all that news about Trump, reducing subscriptions 80%, I'm sure this one got hurt pretty bad in that. I mean, it's been taking a crap for a long time already. So, you think this is the bottom? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. It has a little bullish divergence on it, but it's too much risk. Too much risk, in my opinion. Too much risk. You're trying to catch a knife, and whatever. If you want to buy this long-term hold, that's fine. But I think it's too much risk. You think it's gonna fill that gap soon? I don't think so. I think this is gonna consolidate here for a little while, and then it's gonna have issues with these moving averages. So that's my take on it. Sideways. Okay. All right, VST here. Okay. All right, so this one, I guess I did work on it before. Hit my target. Hit my target there at 175. Okay. Now it's hitting the 20 SMA, acting as support, but it's still outside of the channel. It's outside of the channel. It's outside of the channel. Oh, I mean, it's not looking the best to me. I mean, it's not. It's in the downtrend on the 4-hour. So, unless it could get past 170, this thing's going to continue down. So, there you go. If you cannot pass 170.36, if you cannot get above that and hold, then this is just letting you trickle down. Trickle down. Okay. Okay. All right, BA. All right, BA. BA does have a bearish divergence on it here. I have to admit that. We do have a bearish divergence there. Not going to lie about that. It has that. So, there's a problem there. But we still have an uptrend here. We have an uptrend here, uptrending channel. We have a bull flag here fired, and then we have 2 hammer candles here forming another bull flag there. So as long as we could push through and hold this channel and continue up higher, then we could still get that 220 area. Now if we get below 212, 212.20, if we get below that, then we have a problem and it's going down. Okay, Google hit our target yesterday, 181, and today we hit 180 again. Okay, and then we sold off and made a dark cloud cover. Okay, so here's the problem. Below 176.75, we're bearish. Okay, no ifs, ands, or buts. We're bearish. Okay, if we could get past 180.50, then we're bullish again. Otherwise, That's it. If we go sideways, then we could possibly be bullish. But we have to break one of these. 176 or 180. Coin. I mean, I said it last week. I said it several times already. Coin is going sideways. I don't know what else you want me to tell you about coin. It's going sideways. It's going sideways. It's consolidating. Nothing says it's going to go yet. I'm going to say it every time. If it's still in the same pocket, 45, 245 to 265, I'm going to say the same exact thing. Every time. Not going to change. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, Tesla already did. Okay. VST. VST already did. Okay, Uber. Okay, Uber. All right, Uber. All right, so Uber. Uber came down. Okay, right now holding here. Now coming here. Now tomorrow could be a big day for Uber. Okay, it could be big day for it could be a big day for Tesla. It could be a big day for Uber. It could be a big day for Lyft. Now, why is that? Well, because Uber and Lyft are gonna get agreements with Tesla for their driving, their self-driving autopilot, and then they're not gonna have to pay drivers, right? They're just gonna have to pay for subscriptions to Tesla. Okay, and that's gonna change the game again. Okay, so that's something that you have to consider as well for Uber and Lyft. Okay, so Uber, overall, long term, it looks okay. Short term, looks sideways. Looks sideways, but it could get a pop or a drop from tomorrow. What it's looking like sideways. Okay, it's barely holding that 86. Okay, it bounced off of that 82. Okay, whatever Thursday and Friday brings is what's going to show our weekly candle, because our weekly candle has nothing right now. It's nothing. It's flat. So this is a nice candle. This could be a bullish Harami. So we need to close above 86.69. 86.69, we got to close above that, and that will confirm that Harami, and then we could go higher. Okay, so overall, Uber long term looks good. Short term looks like you need some good news tomorrow. That's what it looks like. Otherwise, it's gonna go sideways for a while. Okay. Okay. Okay, PayPal. All right, let's clear all this out. PayPal. 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 Bullish channel. Okay, it's heading towards this 200 SMA. Headed towards that 200 SMA. 76.60. Okay. Needs to stay above 74. That's where it's going. Has a squeeze firing up. Everything looks good. It should go higher. Okay. All you guys putting in like 20 different charts. You know, you gotta let other people have it. I said three. I said three each. You know, let other people have theirs. There's like 20 for one guy. I gotta look through all of them just because I. Okay, what the heck here? Okay, the video already did. Okay, on to okay. Okay. Okay, AAL. Got you. Okay, AAL. Okay, AAL had a drop today, as all airlines had a nice big drop today. Okay, so what is this? You know what's going on? Nothing happened. This is a consolidation. Okay, tomorrow should be up. Okay, if it's not, then okay, we're gonna have to get out. But this is where we got in. Okay, 11.11. Got in there. Okay, we're dropped back down there. If we get back up there, we should be climbing back up. Okay, if we hold this area. Now, if we're falling off, the market's falling off, you know, we're going to take off. We're going to get out right away. There's a squeeze forming. We're right at that 50. We're going to have to bounce there. Okay. So, we're going to have to hold that, come up. And we open up at like 12, and then we drop the whole dollar. That's a big move. It's definitely a big move. What news came out? No news come out. I didn't see any news. You see any news? Oh, a collision with the American Airlines jet collided with an Army helicopter, subject to investigation. Okay. Didn't see that. But all the airlines were down. It wasn't just AAL. So all airlines were down. Okay. So Delta was down as well. Same thing. It's same thing. Had a hit the 100 SMA, came all the way back down to where almost where we bought it from. Okay. So all the airlines had a big down day. Love as well. You know, they all had it. So not necessarily news on one particular company that is a problem. It's just all across all the airlines. It just had to be down there. Okay. 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 Well. Okay. All right. Well. I will do some. Okay. DE. And DE looks beautiful. Okay. DE pulled back here from 52-week high. Held this previous breakout point at 504. Came back up, held the 20 SMA, held this 515 level. Okay, formed a nice bullish candle. And here we got a nice bull flag here. Okay, if this thing goes, it breaks that 525 area. Okay, we're going to go to 528. 528. 528. 530, and if we get a big breakout, we'll go 532.50. Okay, that could happen. That could happen this week if we do get if we get a push. Okay, we get a push. That looks good. Okay, so that one, cat actually looks good too. I like DE better, but cat got above that 200 SMA. Pushed. Okay, squeeze firing. Cat go to 370. 375. Okay. Just broke out of this ascending triangle here. But this is cat's wave 5 as well. Okay. So we got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. This is wave 4. This is wave 5. And these are the targets for wave 5. So again, it could hit these real quick and then fall off. So this area there, if the market pushes, these are going to push. If they don't, maybe these ones turn over already, and then we're just going to get a lame little wave 5. Okay. But markets turn around, these ones are going to push. Okay. Okay, let's see here. See here. Okay, I'll do a few more of some people's, but you guys can't put like 20 of different things in here. Let's see this here. So there's an issue with this one right here, right? So this stock is high flying. Obviously, it's moving high, right? Okay. We got crossover here, which telling us that it's tired. It's gonna turn around. We have a mad bullish divergence here, which is telling us, hey, the strength is not as strong as it was. So you're trickling up, okay, on low volume and small candles. If you stay above 220, you could possibly get to that 247. But you're playing with fire because of all of the things that are telling you that the stock is exhausted. It only takes one issue, one problem, one news event, whenever to drop this really hard, because it's pushing on fumes. It's pushing on fumes right now. We'll just say this is its wave 5 as well. That's right now. We got a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is coming in 5. It could possibly get to 247. It's on fumes right now. Everything's tired. It could possibly get there, but it's on fumes. It is on fumes. XHB. Okay. Okay, XHB, home builders. RSI is barely over 50. We got an uptrend here, but we have this resistance area with the 100 SMA as a resistance area. Bearish engulfing today. This one has to come back up tomorrow and consolidate sideways, or else it's going to come back into this little pocket here, and then probably retest this trend line. If not, if it comes back sideways, it could go higher. It could go higher to 100, but it's gonna consolidate first. It's not gonna just go straight there. It's gonna consolidate. This one's gonna take time. That one's gonna take time. That one's not a big mover. It's not a fast mover either. It's gonna take some time. Okay. All right. This one, Dave and Buster's, huh? All right. Dave and Buster's looks like they had earnings here, and they missed earnings and they still popped up. So I guess they didn't. They had really good forecasts, I guess. So looking like this one's gonna magnet to $32 at least, and then from there, it's dependent on how strong this is. If it gets through that, it goes to 35 gap fill. If it can't, it goes to 32 and it comes back down. Simple as that. All right. Okay. Okay. Got that. Okay. Okay. SMCI. Okay. All right. SMCI. We have a nice consolidation here. Okay, and this is definitely a nice setup on the weekly here. So we have a weekly flag here. We're trying to get over that 50 SMA. RSI is above 50 and pushing. Okay, everything looks good. All that looks good. We stay above that $43. We stay above that $43. That's good. We could push to 45. Okay. So we need to get over 44.71, and then we could touch right there, 46. So this here is forming a ascending triangle with the 20 SMA. So this is ascending triangle with the 20 SMA. As long as we don't break down that 20 SMA, we should be able to set up and break through this to that 46 to 47. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, Meta. Meta hitting a very strong resistance area right here at 710. Okay, 710. It doesn't have a bearish divergence, which is surprising. Right there, it's surprising. Doesn't have a bearish divergence. Has a, well, it does have a slight bearish divergence actually. Yes, it has a slight divergence there. Okay, it has a slight divergence here. Okay, hitting that 710 resistance. This could be a good possible short. Yeah, definitely this could be a good possible short. If it loses 690, this one comes down to 670 and then 660. Okay, maybe bounces there and then rejects here 680 and then comes back down to 630. But 630, that's a 70-point move down. And that could happen if this is topping out. We don't know until tomorrow. But if it is, This would be a good. And actually, looking at this, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This is wave 5. This is its wave 5. So this one is definitely. This one's done. This one's wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's done. So this would be a perfect one to short. Down to it'll probably go lower. Probably go here Probably go 605, 606, 605 area from where we are. So looking at some puts here, but again, this all depends on if the market follow throughs if the market follow throughs. So next month's 605 puts are cheap, 630 puts are cheap. I mean, this would be a great opportunity if this is even is possible, of happening. 605 puts next month $3, and then if it gets there, they're gonna be worth like 15, maybe even more, 15, 20. Okay, even 630 ones, they'll be worth. Well, they'll be worth it. Okay, so 4-hour big divergence. It's a bigger divergence there. So that's you can see that. So Meta, definitely a good short possibility. I'd be getting next month's or even next week's puts on this one, because this one already completed wave 5, and it's perfectly completed A5. And this one is gonna go into wave A shortly, if it's not already going into it. Okay. Okay. Bull. Look at this one is just a long-term play. It's a buy and hold. Nothing looks great about it. Nothing looks too bad about it. It's a buy and hold. If you believe in the company and you want to play it. Otherwise, the chart doesn't tell you much. It's doing nothing. Sideways down. Sideways down. It was in this consolidation. It lost it. Now it needs to get back in that consolidation, or else it's going to continue to go sideways down. So it's below all its moving averages. It doesn't look that great to me, but again, it's a buy and hold. This is a company that is just like a Robinhood, but it's gonna have it has to partner with somebody or get some good news on it in order for it to move any significant amount. So it's not a stock you would trade. It's not a stock I would trade. It's a buy and hold if you want it, if you believe in it. Otherwise, I don't ever want to look at this again. Okay, IONQ. Looks like a cup and handle, but honestly, I don't like cup and handles this big at the top of a trend. It just tells me that it's bullshit. It's cup and handles are not supposed to be at the top of a trend. It's the opposite. Cup and handles are supposed to be at the bottom of a trend. They're not supposed to be at the top of a trend. So that just tells me right there that this is ugly. This is nasty. So you're at the top of a trend. You come down, your formula cup and handle. You're making the handle. Maybe it goes, but I don't trust cup and handles that are at the top of a trend. I mean, this is near its all-time highs, and then it drops and then comes back up, and it's near its all-time highs again, and then you do a cup and handle. No, cup and handle is when you drop all the way to 52-week lows, and then you do a cup and handle, and then you're going to come back up. I don't trust it. I don't like it. If you want to play it, you got to stay above 38. If you lose 38, you're gonna tank off and fall off. Okay. If you break out, you know, you're gonna target that all-time high and 60 area. Okay. Otherwise, I don't trust it. I do not trust it. Okay, AMD hit our 200 SMA today. That's what our target was. Our target was at 125, 200 SMA. It put in a bearish engulfing. Okay, that's not good. All right, so tomorrow we either need a comeback or else it's done. It's gonna fall off. It's gonna fall off, and it broke out barely. That's wave 1, 2, 3. This is 4, and this is 5, barely breaking out. And if that just barely breaks out and rejects coming back inside, that's not good. 122.55 was our breakout from our wave 4. We broke out 1, we broke out 2, and then we came back in. That's no good. We need to get back over that 122 tomorrow, or this one is falling off and it's going to come back down. Sorry to say, but I got out of all my positions today when it was at the highs. I hope you did too. Amazon finally hit our target that we've been talking about for weeks. That 217, I kept saying 217, 218. And it hit that, 217, 218. And now it's dropping. It hit the target. The target's hit. Now it's dropping. I put it, I said it several times, 217, 218. That's the target. I said that's the resistance. There's a gray area there. There's the channel there. There's the target there. And no wonder it's having problems and falling, because that's where it was supposed to have problems, and it's falling. So it's again, it's kind of similar to AMD. Okay, the breakout point was 215. It broke out, it held, and now it dropped back under. That's no good. If it does not get back above tomorrow, then it drops off and it falls back down to this zone right here, 205 area. Okay. Okay. All right. I mentioned last week about GLD. I said it's just going to go sideways. I said it's going to go sideways. It's been going sideways. Nothing's changed. I said it's going to be going sideways for a while because it ran up already too much. And gold's at 3,300 an ounce, something like that. It's gonna stay consolidating for a while until all this tariff or government idea of interest rates figure out and inflation figures out, because gold is a inflation runner. Okay, right now they're saying there's no not going to be inflation, or they don't know, or they need more data, all this. So on that, gold's just going to go sideways until they figure it out. And once they do figure it out, or once numbers come in, gold likes, then it's going to run. But otherwise, it's going to go sideways. It's going to go sideways. Okay, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to go sideways. And it's only been one and a half months, so it could go sideways for months. Okay, so it's a dead play right now. I think it's a dead play right now. It's gold. Okay. All right, let's see, what else did we have here. Okay, yeah, let's look at okay. GPM. All right, JP Morgan. Okay, it's a bank, right? Banks. Okay. This one is a wave 4. It came up and it got right above. It's this one's high, 269.52, 269.62. So it went up 10 cents higher than this here, and put in the same pretty much candle on a doji. This is a hanging man though. We got a squeeze here. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for shorts once this happens. If it happens tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. I think banks are going to be a good opportunity to short. JP Morgan is in a ascending triangle right now. Right here. Okay, so that's an ascending triangle. So either it pops up or pops down. I would prefer it pop up because the whole market pops up and then we get short. Okay, that would be great. But if it pops down, it's gonna really pop down too. Okay, so that keep in mind. XLF is not as set up there, but it's the same kind of concept. XLF, we made money pretty good on this one on the drop. This one has an indecision candle, and a lot of things have indecision candles today. So that is telling us tomorrow we're going to be seeing what the actual situation is. Are we going up or down? A lot of things are saying we're going to go down, but you don't know until tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to tell you what's going on. We could have our bias today. Sure, everything looks weak. It's going to go down. But until it happens tomorrow, it means shit. Okay, so indecision candle tomorrow above 51.34 bullish, below 50.81 bearish. Okay, it's holding the 20 SMA. Once it loses that 50.70, it's dropping down. Okay. So again, there's a lot of opportunities. If we start losing our footing, there's a lot of opportunities that we drop off on. Okay, that we could drop off on. Okay, and Netflix. I know we got some puts on that one as well. Okay, here's the thing with Netflix. Bearish divergence here. Try to break it, failed. Okay. All right, we have a pyramid here, okay, and then we have our A, B, okay, tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. Maybe we get our C down. If that's true, we go past 1160 and we go to 1118. We got a C down, we go here. But if we just get a consolidation candle, that's fine. On Friday, that could easily be a wave down. A wave C down to 1118. Okay, that's 1,000-point drop. It's pretty big. But again, from here, 1262 to 1180, that's almost 1,000-point drop. So A drop is always smaller than C drop. C drop is big. So C drop should be 1,000 points because this one is already 1,000 points. Now I'm not saying it's going to drop all in one to 1,000 points, but I'm saying the drop is going to continue down to 1118. So maybe tomorrow drop some and then Friday drop some, but we're going to get that drop to 1118. So if you wanted to get some, say, puts for next week for 1120, 1130, or 1150, these are cheap for next week. puts for 1175, 1160, 1150. All these are super cheap for Netflix. Because if we get to 1118 next week, all of these are going to be $20 and above. That's insane. That's a play right there. That's a play. That's a play. That's a hedge play if I ever see one. Okay, which means that it could still go higher, still go up a little bit. If the market pushes, we go up a little bit more. That's fine. And the whole market, goes up a little bit more. That's great. Push it higher. Let us load our puts just a little higher. That'd be great. Just a little higher, and we're fine. And then we load up pretty good, and we're prepared. We get it good, and then we rip it down, and then we make bank. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Okay, Bitcoin here. All right, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. Okay, we saw that. Okay, it came down. Okay. All right, here's a little ABC here. And then here's our wave 1 and our wave 2. Okay. Bounce off that 50. So, I mean, Bitcoin actually looks good. It looks good that if this sets up, if this is a wave 2 here, so this would be a wave 1. I mean, this would be an ABC here. And then we have that wave 1. This is wave 2, consolidation. And this could set up to a wave 3. This could rip it, and it could break that all-time high and start running higher. So this is a good look for Bitcoin. So if that really happens, there's going to be a lot. If that really happens, the market should recover quickly and start running towards all-time highs and break it, just like Bitcoin, because the market and Bitcoin follow each other pretty well. Okay. So whatever we drop, we make that money there, and then we get long again. And if Bitcoin rips it through and breaks that all-time high, then SPY and market should also. Okay. All right, guys. I think I did everything everybody asked. Yeah, I think I did. All right. Did I? Let's see. REG. Let's see. Did REG? Did I? Yeah, I did that one already. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I will see you guys next week.